Victor Wembanyama is catching the basketball. Mainly middle of the floor, top of the key area.
Chris Paul has mastered that mid-range jumper over the years.
9 turnovers in this first half by Utah, 6 by the Spurs. Chris Paul, mid-range stop, roll out and on the back. Walker now with 12 blocks in this season. Chris Paul hits the same shot near side. Foul should have been called proximate. That's the key word to the out-of-bounds call. So that's something new this year to watch. Close up at Chris Paul. Too far back in that lane. All you have to do is stretch his hand out. That shot off distance. Chris Paul, another mid-range jumper. He's in double figures with 11. Coming out the same class.
2-point game. CP3, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Pulling up mid-range. He doesn't miss that shot.
No, he doesn't. I was just going to ask you. Decide to double team him and try to get the ball out of his hands.
Edwards working to become more of a playmaker. CP3. It's automatic at this point, folks. Get used to it. We're tied at 9.
The paint. Force San Antonio to have to guard the rim. They don't have the size inside to do that. Traditional Chris Paul move. Gets to the free throw line. Knocks down at times. Been trying to beat your opponent one-on-one and expend that energy. A little deeper of a shot with the same result from Chris Paul. Chris Paul will enter it into Wembanyama. Gets to one of his spots and delivers as he's one to do. 4 or 5 from the field, he has not.
Let's go. He had to hit one.
He wants at the basket.
Finally off the pass from CP3, gives it back to him. Point guard pulling up and connecting on the mid-range.
All right, there we have a little mid.
All the vets, their service and sacrifice. Chris Paul, mid-range. Yep. It's not just Tamar. CP3's right there with him. There's Paul. Stepping back, pull it up. CP3 switching. That's what he does.
How about that subtle thing?
Pass that's baseballed across the court by Keldon Johnson. And Chris Paul hits the step back. Chris Paul going right. Timeless.
Starting down court, Caruso will meet him defensively. A push off and a shot.
Oh, man. Time out, Thunder. Chris Paul again.
And Barnes out there for San Antonio. Pick from Bassie. Pull up CP3.
So he just calmly comes off that screen.
Paul fakes the pass, and the mini is true. Wembanyama spins off Paul, or Curry rather. There's Paul.
Chris Turner trying to find somebody to pass it to, but the rim's wide open.
Get some rhythm and timing together.
Rich Johnson upon the team's depth so far as Paul hits the mid-range jumper. There's first bucket.
Shooting 42% from deep on the year. Paul, swing, snatches it back. And hits the mini.
Oh, when a drop hits the bridge, goes back to 18.
Again gets another wide open look.
Paul, midi. Yep. He's got 7 points. And no Victor Wembanyama tonight. Bassie getting an extended run. Paul pulling up. High arcing mid-range is unstoppable.
Yeah, gets a good screen there from
rating. Left hand inside out dribble between the wickets for the step back. Got it.
He looked over at Coach Roy Rogers.
4-footer along the baseline, and again, that is not an easy shot just because you're close. You can't use a backboard.
Paul rises up and scores. That's his first.
Veterans, rookie stars, 2 to shoot. Paul heaves.
Oh my goodness, really?
And hits because he's Chris Paul. And that's the kind of night it's been here.
11 ties, 16 lead changes, a 9-0 New York run. Paul with the answer. That's the calming presence that Chris Paul.
Johnson getting to the middle of the floor to bring in the defense.
Pull up. Paul. Bottom. 40. Spurs lead the Nets by 10. Wembanyama, give it up for Paul. Paul takes the jumper, and he hits. The Spurs.
1 for 2 on that trip. 2-point Spurs lead. Paul pulling up. Got it. Every time.
Yeah, looking to score early.
39. Couldn't finish. Got his own miss. Step back against his former team. Timeout, Clippers.
16-4 run now for the good guys. Now Chris Paul knocks it in.
He walked into where he wants it. He's talking to Wemby. Chris Paul's getting into Wemby.
Zealous on Chris Paul. Boy, rookie against the vet. Paul knocks it down.
Still one of the better mid-range shooters in the game.
So, absolutely. Now Paul, mid-range, same spot. That's just a layup for him in his career. There is Paul working hard, right, trying to close, and Chris Paul knocks it down. Then looks at his old coach, Billy Donovan, and asked him all about Billy. That's how close those two are. Paul over Vucevic, the two veterans, and Chris Paul from the mid-range is still a game. Paul, there's that same action. Vucevic on him. Challenges the mid-range shot again. Timeout from Billy Donovan.
Late in the game, that's the play.
Oh, it was. Chris Paul trying to turn the corner. Green, a very good defender, but couldn't stop Chris Paul on that occasion. Chris Paul, 6 of 10 from the field. He's got 8.
Their last 6. Chris Paul, midi.
Oh, use that Victor screen so well on the right.
Feels like it's been forever. Paul over Zubats, got it. The first bucket for the Spurs.
And nice step Victor. Didn't create a lot of space. I thought he was going to get to that one.
Paul, the patent fade away.
Approach, it seems, this year offensively. As Chris Paul comes off the screen, checks into the office.
That's just too easy, Chris Paul. We've been watching.
Factor. Chris Paul from the baseline scores again. Boy, they are just on fire shooting the basketball. Crossing over, Caldwell Pope stays in front. Free throw line jumper is good by the 39-year-old Chris Paul.
You know, that's the old thing where you need
Those second chance opportunities. Here's Paul's pull-up. He got that one.
You're right about assertive, boy. I mean, he should.
3-0 lead for the Spurs. Paul, the fadeaway, book it.
Well, that's just what you said about Bismack Biyombo. One of the things they...
Blitz by E. Chris Paul in the fall away. He's got the mid-range. He always has.
Always has.
Always has had that.
These teams on second halves of back-to-backs. Spurs lost last night against New Orleans as Paul splashes in the jumper. Yeah, San Antonio is going to have to respond.
Well, the biggest thing, it puts you on alert that this is not, you already said, the standard in which they play. Chris Paul gets the bounce. But also, it puts everyone on higher alert that...
More second chance points for Minnesota, by the way. 19 for Minnesota.
Paul to the baseline, free for that patented 12 to 14 footer, just sort of fading back off of 1 foot. Makes that look so easy. He's got 7 points. Paul and Barnes are in there right now for San Antonio as we hit the 6-minute mark of the first half. CP3, vintage.
Pretty much has to take that one. One-on-one against Powell. They're near the free throw line. He's the mid-range master.
Paul, missed that first shot from 3. Dancing on Olynyk, and the mid-range is pure.
He got the big guy back. He owed him one. Oh, and it's got a lot of wide open looks. Really took advantage.
Paul swishes again. Paul stops and hits it. The Spurs have a 7-point lead. Catches a lot of lobs. San Antonio still on a 16-3 run here. Make it 18.
Odd we're at this point of the season and you're seeing a team for the first time. San Antonio, as that bucket is good. Shooter's bounce right there. San Antonio.
The Cavaliers are back in the friendly confines of Rocket Arena for the first time in 2 weeks as Chris Paul's mid-range jumper opens the scoring. John Michael
has been feeling it here in the 4th. Drives. Turns around. Again! CP3.
All right, he's just saying, fellas, get out, jump on my back here.
So good.
He's got a lot of size there.
Paul, right back. The patent mid-range. CP3's 2 for 2.
Yeah, Chris Paul trying to top. Banchero's little turnaround with Chris Paul.
Paul fades away and hits it over Houston.
He got physical, wobbly legs out there.
Paul wants it on Isaac. Stops and hits another. Chris Paul.
And the Spurs have played twice this year. They split the first two meetings. Now the jump shot is over the top and good by Chris Paul. He's trying to fight back. And Chris Paul, that's his patented shot. And the 15-footer is good. So try to hold on to Spencer Jones. Chris Paul. And Malone is livid. Get some grab. Make one of those. Now Chris Paul has got the 15-footer. And he rattles it home. Sure Hall of Famer.
Went up to dunk the ball in the second half.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah. Paul, the mid-range.
He's so strong, so powerful. Cradles that ball right between two defenders.
Paul, another mid-range.
The way we've been seeing him doing it for the last 2 months or so. Paul goes to work along the baseline. He nestles in a fall-away jumper, and he is indeed leading a one-man.
Chris Paul, a Clipper from 2011 to 2017. He knocks down the mid-range jumper. We saw an awful lot of that. Once again, the matchup, Chris Paul against Ivica Zubac. Forces him into a tough fadeaway. Paul knocks it down for a second bucket. And while there's a lot of game to be played, this is making me a bit nervous here. I don't like the way the Clippers have come out here. Now they trail by
around him and talk with him. He is a good dude. And again, the 80 games, especially when you've had like hamstring injuries and all these different things, as he makes that shot, we need to stop talking good about it.
Back on Mobo, thought about the three. And he puts in his first bucket. Very methodical on that play.
to shoot more on the perimeter with challenge hands. And CP going to work.
Going to work! The point guard! He's come alive in the third quarter.